Okay, what's her name? Kathleen Kennedy. She got out. She came out there, and you know what? I don't think it was an audience, so nobody couldn't boo. But I swear to God, man,
I'd have
when I
brought
seen her, I was like, man, boo her, boo, boo. Okay, now
The queen
stand
of
her.
slime, of muck, of refuse.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised folks don't just come when she shows up at something. Folks don't just come with rotten fruit and vegetables to throw at her, man. Like,
Man, okay, so I blame her for the movies being, because they was pretty much a critical flop.
yeah,
Financially good, but all the audience, the fans, there was the new fans. So the first movie got a lot of new fans, a lot of the old fans came together. It's like, we like this, we want to see where it go. And the next two movies, I blame Kathleen Kennedy for putting her own personal feelings and her own personal politics in these movies, and kind of just, I ain't gonna say destroyed them, but kind of put this big divide between the fans. And now it's kind of like a lot of people just kind of out.
I mean, because like that second one ruined that whole trilogy.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
third one just like,
Look, this we'll do what we can, but this stuff
yeah.
is, this
And
stuff's
everybody
bad.
blamed her, which I feel like, yeah, when I look at it, all the stuff in there was from her own personal politics. When you do that and ignore the fans and ignore, you got Mark Hamill screaming that this ain't working. This is not my character. This is not the character that I built for 40 years that you're doing. And he was like, well, I get paid to do it. I'm going to do the job. I'm a professional. But I'm telling you, this is not the character I know.
Right.
And the fans was like, we behind you, Mark. What are they going to do? And they still went forward with that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people blame Kathleen Kennedy for that, you know.
Yeah. Like, because, again, like, I get that Ryan Johnson was boots on the ground for that movie, but who put him there?
Right, but it ain't just that. Ryan Johnson, I don't 100% blame him. He had to follow the structure that he was given. You know what I'm saying? And
they came in, they gave him something that was already set in stone, and then she told him what to do with it.
right,
So,
and I'm looking like, if all that wasn't there, if y'all could have stayed on a good, solid story, it would have been great, but y'all didn't do that. So anyway, she came out to talk about all the Star Wars new shows, and it's a big slate, and they only really had one trailer. And I'm tell you about this, I'm tell you these shows, man. You're gonna look at them and be like, really? This is what y'all got? But I'm gonna show you this one trailer, and then I'm gonna show you the whole slate after that. So the only trailer that I saw was something called Bad Batch, and it's like an extension. It's an extension of Clone Wars. These are supposed to be like clones. There was an alter. I don't know. I guess they supposed to, I don't know what's the deal with them. But this is sometime after Clone Wars, I guess, where a group of clones, and for some reason they don't look like all the same. They look different. I forget. There was a reason why they had them looking different, but they were clones, and they were supposed to have been elite fighters or whatever. I guess they got so popular. I guess they wanted to do a spinoff. Whatever. So let's watch this trailer, and we have a little discussion for it. So the Bad Batch.
They call themselves the Bad Batch.
The Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire!
That was quite an impressive display.
All right, Bad Batch. there's some nice action there.
Yeah.
Look like another episode of Clone Wars, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, is this anything new, though? I mean, it looks good.
And this is like maybe this is their attempt to kind of do what we was talking about on the Empire stuff and like showing folks from the Empire who aren't just horrible people, but then again they may just be really charismatic horrible people.
Right,
So,
because they are still soldiers for the Empire after. I guess this is after after the Clone Wars, so this is when they building the Death Star, I believe.
yeah,
Because that was Tarkin.
Yeah.
So they kind of like one of Tarkin's elite ground group or something like that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I guess, that's cool. We get to see that little story or whatever. No, I didn't ask for it, but that's cool. It looks, action oriented. I like it.
I mean they look like an Imperial version of Rogue Company.
Yeah, but I feel like I guess this is for fans of Clone Wars because it's just Clone Wars.
Yeah,
But I feel like I watched eight seasons of Clone Wars. This is another season of Clone Wars. There's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? My opinion.
no, I feel that. I'd love to get excited for it. I'm just it's not gonna happen.
Right. Oh, did I get that picture? God dang it! But I'm gonna show you the. Okay, here we go. Oh, sorry. That was gonna be a surprise. Anyway, so that was the only trailer they had. But Kathleen Kennedy come out and start talking about these shows. And I'm telling you, when I saw this list, I was like, "What? Who's asking for any of this?"
All right.
Some of it look cool.
Okay.
But some of it look like, maybe you know more than I do. But so let's take a look. Let's take a look. See, Lucasfilm. So they're going to continue the Mandalorian. I can enlarge that for you. They're going to continue the Mandalorian, and I'm guessing, and like we talked about this earlier, hopefully they got Boba Fett as the Mandalorian.
Right.
So that makes sense instead of, or Boba Fett and what's his name? What's the name are going to be together.
Right.
So they're not going to just do one show or another. But they got something called Rangers of the Republic, which who wants that?
I mean,
Now Ahsoka, that looks like something the
Yeah.
people was asking for.
so what? So like,
Calm down. So we're just gonna go in order, and we'll
All
get to it
right.
when we get to it. But right now, so Rangers, I'm guessing that's going to be some Republic Special Forces or something.
look, this is the Star Wars fandom we're talking about. Like they will pick one thing out of the entirety of Star Wars and ride or die for that one thing.
I know,
So,
but who wants to see that? Like, who wants to see Rangers of a New Republic? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it might be good. We'll see.
I mean,
Hopefully, it's animated.
It's probably just going to be some of the same kind of stuff.
I mean, maybe we got the clones that's on the Empire side. So now we're gonna have the Rangers of the New
Yeah.
Republic, which I never heard of them. I guess they like them badass.
I mean, if
Soldiers.
they're anything like Army Rangers, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They better do something though, because they don't look like they can. Like the Republic seem to have no competent fighters. You know,
Or at
other
least
than
none that are worth talking about.
right. If you ain't a Jedi, then you just gonna get shot in 2 seconds,
Yeah.
in 2 minutes.
Maybe they're trying to fix that. They're trying to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they giving people that's not Jedi's that actually can fight and is competent or whatever. That's cool.
Yeah.
So we got Ahsoka. They got the Ahsoka show, and it's going to be leading into her. She's going to have a conflict with Grand Admiral Thrawn or whatever. So this is going to be big for the for what you call them, the Expanded Universe crew, because that's the people, that's the characters they really like. So we give them something. That's the one I was like, okay, I know that was coming. And I'm
Right.
happy to see that. But now we got this one right here. When I saw this, I'm like, what? Andor.
Yeah.
Have you heard that? That's the dude from Rogue One. That's you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, who wants that? His character was kind of a small character in Rogue One. He died. So this is going to be what led up to Rogue One.
Okay.
It's-
I mean,
and I was the same way. I was like, but you know what I really thought about? This is for that Latino audience.
okay, yeah.
Because you thinking he's not a big character, and he was a character that you probably needed to only see one movie. But I guess Oscar Isaac is Latino, but he's not really he's more like an American with Latino descent.
yeah,
Which I don't even know where's Isaac. Is he of Latino
I
descent?
have no clue.
Okay. He's more of an American, though, with Latino descent. But we got Diego Luna that's clearly from, I don't know where he's from, but he's got a strong accent.
He's got that like very forward-facing Latinx heritage.
Right.
so-
Where he's got a strong accent, where he's clearly Latino, and that's going to appeal to that audience. Where they might have been say, "Oh, that's cool. Can we get something going on here? We got a big population in America now," and they was like, "Yeah, shit, we ain't got nothing on that." But we had Diego Luna characters, and nobody care about him. Make it work. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
now they kind of just convincing everybody that, and plus Diego Luna is probably real popular, like in Latin countries too. So they probably did the numbers, but here we like, oh.
I mean, look, this country does have a ridiculously large Latin,
community. You're right.
So it definitely makes sense to try to hit that market. I would suggest
That's the only reason that's the only way I can justify that.
I would suggest maybe finding a more interesting character
True.
to go in for that market with, but
But I think the thinking behind it was we already got one of the real huge star over
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where we could just make up a new badass character that's Latino, but we already have a bankable star that's already been in the movie, and we could just do this show, and that show gonna take off for our Latino audience or whatever.
Yeah.
For us, we no, we didn't ask for that, but okay, it's Star Wars, so I guess. So that was the thinking behind it. So moving on, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi family. Now, a lot of people have been asking for this, so I give them that. I haven't, but a lot of people have, and they've been making a big deal, and I was like, okay, Obi-Wan. What's your thoughts on this Obi-Wan movie?
Obi-Wan
Finally, show.
yeah, Obi-Wan definitely has some good stories to be told. I wasn't
what?
asking for it. Dude, Obi-Wan got down, bro.
I feel like all his stories got told in the prequels and in the original series and the prequels. All his best stories. Now I know he's supposed to have stories for the in between the 20 years, but
Yeah.
on Tatooine or whatever. This is what this is.
yeah.
I just didn't think it would be interesting enough. I just at this time he did so much, with the prequels. I'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna sit down in this rocking chair. Well, it's like watching your grandson grow up. Basically, I
Yeah.
feel like he's sitting in a rocking chair eating popcorn, he's in a rocking chair eating peanuts, watching Luke grow up. I'm just watching my grandson grow up. I did my shit,
But there's some stories that they could tell.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have dedicated a whole show to it.
Well, the beauty of these, and I must give them something, that they can keep it short.
Yeah.
It ain't got to be a long 5-season, 13 episode. You know what I'm saying? Give me
Right.
6 episodes, I'm good. For whatever happened with them, I'm good. So we'll see. But you on board for that?
I mean, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna
I'm
not see it.
I'm not excited about it, but
But a lot of people been asking for it, so they finally
Yeah.
gonna give that fan base
I
what they've
think
been.
I think they
Shut
finally
up,
learned-
fans.
I think they finally learned after Last Jedi, you can't just diss your fan base.
Exactly.
So when your fan base says, "Nah, we want to see such a," I mean, all right, man, we'll give y'all.
Yeah, and that's what Kathleen Kennedy, where she did exactly diss her fan
Yeah.
base. Said, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care what you want.
Well, because I've worried constantly since she, since we've had Star Wars with her at the helm. Did she have a bad experience as a Star Wars fan?
No, you know what?
Was she?
You know what I don't like about her was when I saw her talking to this little round table. It had John Favreau and Dave Filoni and all the top, movie makers that's making all these new. So they kind of had a little round table, and she kept on talking about Indiana Jones, and I was like, that's the only thing, because she produced a lot of those old Spielberg. That's where she owned. Nepotism is the reason why she in the game, because she's very close friends with George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh yeah. So this is how she got in the game. She used to work with them real close. She probably had a relationship with them when she was young and hot. But anyway, I don't even go so far as say hot, but Anyway, she always talking about when we produced Indiana Jones, this da, and they kind of looking at her like, man, why is this talking?
Because like you can't just slap your name on Steven Spielberg and George Lucas' work.
Well, she did help produce those. But my thing is, where I'm getting at is, she's going to bring a lot of that old thinking in with the new stuff. This is 2020. You're going to have to think differently instead of bringing your old ways. She bringing the old ways in to the new era. But like, it's a new era.
But also, this is what happens when you have someone who's like the third person on the totem pole on a big project, and all of a sudden they get to head it. It's like, all those ideas they never wanted to hear from me, it's all going in now.
Yeah.
And so I worry that too much of her approach for Star Wars is, it's my turn now.
Yeah, right. But basically, she's head of it. So now she get to call so many shots where people say, no, hey, Kathleen, that ain't going to work. Now she just like put it in. Yeah. I'm the boss. It's like, I feel like when she became that full control, she got that full control, she turned the Star Wars franchise into her vehicle to show all her politics.
Yeah.
That was the huge mistake.
And also,
you lost so many fans with that.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that like the way she learned how Star Wars gets run is from George Lucas, and George Lucas was a what I say goes kind of guy.
Yeah,
we gonna make it happen.
I don't even know if she learned it from George. I think she already had. Well, I think, and this comes from
Spielberg's kind of the same way too. Though.
Well, right. But they deserve.
But they're creatives.
Yeah, I know.
She's an executive.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Right. Where when they got ideas, I want to hear it because they are artists. She got ideas. It's because it's from a producer standpoint. Is executives? This will make money. This won't make money.
Yeah.
And now she got that full control over everything. She's the boss of all bosses. Yeah. And because I remember how she was sitting over Mark Hamill when they were doing this show. For some reason, she didn't sit beside him. She sat behind him. And that maybe it was other people in there with him or something. But for some reason, she was kind of like positioned behind him a little. Yeah. And that kind of made me like, that's to me, it's like it's almost like she put her hands behind his neck. It was like, you say what the fuck I tell you to say. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to squeeze. When you start going too far, I'm going to squeeze just a little bit. If you keep going, I'm going to keep squeezing until you pass away. One of them deals.
Okay. All right.
So anyway, let's move on. So the Obi-Wan, I'm on board. I want to see it. I wasn't really asking for it, but I'll take it. So we're moving on. We saw Bad Batch. We already talked about that. Something called Visions. I don't know what that is.
I got no clue.
Right. I don't know what that's about. I have no knowledge of that.
Like I can't say for certain, but like this, I don't even know if this is going to be like an actual like narrative show.
Now, mind you, some of these are movies.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure. I should have did my research. I didn't have time. Right. But some of them are movies and some of them are shows. Some are going to be animated. Some of them are going to be live action.
So I don't know if this is going to be like an anthology or if this is going to
be
like
clue.
A
right.
narrative. I don't know.
We'll come back to you on that one.
Yeah.
So now we got old Coke 45 himself. I had that picture because I was gonna like, hey, I got somebody. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway. Somebody said, hey, what about Lando? And it's all because they need a black show, though.
Yeah.
And I guess Donald Glover going to reprise his role. What do you think? I think he is. Lando Calrissian.
I mean, okay, man, whatever. I mean, look.
Oh, Lando.
When you pop the top.
The pennies will drop. Hey, he hit later. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't care what nobody say. He hit Leia, boy, and we gonna watch him. I don't even know what it's gonna be about, but
Right.
honestly, it ain't nothing but to fulfill a quota.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not mad to see more Childish Gambino.
Right.
You know, Donald Glover's a good actor.
I would say let him head the whole show
Yeah,
because considering
let him
how
make it
good a job he did on Atlanta,
Yeah.
I want to see what he do with this instead of just having him do what you say.
Because like he's an experienced writer.
Oh yeah,
you know,
that's what I'm saying. We don't even have to. We don't have to. His credentials speak for themselves.
Yeah. Like there is no part of this game that he can't handle.
And if you think that, and that's why I'm worried though. I think Kathleen Kennedy from the old regime where, well, I'm not gonna put a black guy in charge, and all that.
Well, like and even like less insipid, but just as insidious. An actor running this show.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Like she's from that old school. If you were a director, you directed. If you were a producer, you produced. If you were a
Yeah.
writer, you wrote.
Now, I'm not saying that she's doing this, all right? Hey, that's irresponsible to say she's racist. I didn't say that. But I don't know, from what I tell from her, I don't think she would. Because everybody that she hasn't tapped that well of young, talented. Look like she looked for all the people that say, yes, Kathleen Kennedy, whatever you say, Kathleen Kennedy.
Right.
You know,
one that ain't
because
Donald Glover.
that's not what Kevin Feige's seeing these young, talented people, and it's like, I'm gonna let you do this, and let me
Yeah.
see what you got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he been winning.
Yeah. Well, like, because Kevin Feige has the right mindset. It's like, hey, look, what can you bring to this table? Because we need something.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that? We ain't got nobody that can do that. I want you helping us make this.
Yeah.
You know, and so one for him, it's not an ego project; it's a passion project as well. You know, so there's that.
Yeah.
But like I said, she's old school. You don't cross those lines.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna be
We'll
working
see,
in
though,
Hollywood,
if
you
she-
stay your lane.
Right. And we'll see if she learned from her mistakes, because right now, given this show, this look like she tried to say, I'm gonna give the fans everything they've been asking for, because this is all look like stuff
Yeah.
that's not creative, that they was just trying. It looked like they trying to please people with this.
It's
You know?
it's money moving. That's
Right, right. Because that Lando show definitely, I'm trying to please people.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, and I ain't saying I wouldn't want to see that, because it looked like to be interesting.
You know
but
what? You know it was. These ideas tested really well.
yeah, but then I look at these shows, I'm looking like this ain't doing nothing but telling all the same story though.
Yeah.
You got a whole universe, but you keep telling the same
Yeah.
story.
They ain't trying to move forward.
All right,
'Cause
and then
all,
we got.
all the real fan response came from the shit they already made.
I know, but everything gonna take place between this time and that time. It's gonna all lead up to the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, so we got the Acolyte. I don't know what that is.
That
Have you heard of that?
That sounds so familiar. Like I
that
feel
from
like this is
Expanded
something.
Universe?
I think it is. I'm trying to remember, but like I'm gonna have to go back and look into that to know for sure. But like,
Yeah, it sounds like something from the Hispanic universe, and could be something maybe like a bounty hunter or something.
I feel like this has something to do with the Sith.
that would be cool, because that's one thing they was always scared to tap into the bad guy side, because they always wanted Star Wars to be some kiddie friendly, but you can have a adult Star Wars show and a kid Star Wars show. That's one thing they didn't get, because they wanted to keep it kid friendly. So they don't want it to be too much of a bad guy thing. But I heard Disney Plus is going to have a rated R or
Yes.
a adult thing
Yeah.
or whatever now. So get some Star Wars shows on that.
Yeah.
Right. It ain't got to be sex and violence, but it can be more
A
adult
little more
theme.
mature, just a
Yeah,
little
just
more
more
mature.
mature. The droids.
Okay.
A droid story. Star Wars, a droid story. I got the feeling this is coming from her, because remember Star Wars, Solo, a Star Wars story,
Yeah.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That failed. That old
Yeah.
Star Wars story,
So
drop that.
so like this is probably gonna be some old Wall-E type stuff. You know.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing if they show some of kind of like a Back to the Future 2, where you show stuff from the movie, but from their point of view.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? For the whole time stuff is happening. Remember how, like, where the droids get put somewhere while they do this, and
Yeah.
we never can see what's on.
Well, because
Where
R2
does
was
droids
talking
saying?
mad shit, right?
Huh?
R2 was talking mad shit.
I know. On the C-3PO, he was talking bad shit.
Because like the way C-3PO be reacting, it's like,
Yeah.
I can't believe you say that.
He said, man, fuck. Man. No, but
Man, this man had me rolling through a swamp. Do I look like I made him roll through a
how
swamp?
could you say that?
Yeah, fuck that, man.
Everybody in this galaxy is SOBs. What? bleep, 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 bleep. I didn't say nothing. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Like, what's the old joke? R2 was cussing because they had to bleep out all his lines.
But anyway, they're going to do a droids story. I guess it's going to go on the kids thing or
Yeah.
whatever. So the last one is a movie called Rogue Squadron.
Yeah.
And that's going to be directed by Patty Jenkins. They had a little promo for that, and I'm watching the promo, and I'm like, really, y'all? They show her rollerblading, and they had. Let me get to. They show her rollerblading, and then she get into a real X-wing though. See, like she be rollerblading. She was like, oh yeah, I always like to go fast, and my dad was a fighter pilot, so I always had a passion for movies and flying. And so now I'm directing. So here's two of the best things that can combine two of my favorite things, flying in movies. So now I'm directing Rogue Squadron, and then she put on a flight suit and got into a real X-wing. it was okay, I guess. But when it started off with her rollerblade, I'm like, really, dude?
I mean, look, there's certain Rogue Squadron definitely got fans.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking for this.
I guess it's gonna be kind of like a Top Gun, like
Top
maybe.
Gun, yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Top Gun.
The Rogue Squadron, was that the X-wing fighters that was that like Red 5 and Red that was Luke, but was that them or was that the people who took the got the plans for the Death Star? Wasn't that them?
I don't recall anymore.
They got like a
brain is
book for that,
on
right?
it. Yeah, they got a book. I know it's popular. A couple of my friends are really into it, so I'm probably gonna like.
How much you want to bet that the main character gonna be a female?
Yeah, probably.
I ain't got a problem with it though.
Yeah, I mean, Kathleen Kennedy and Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, if they feel like they're not giving female representation, if they make a male the main star,
Yeah.
probably.
So it's probably gonna be what it's gonna be. Leading male's probably gonna be a sidekick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, Timbo. So it is what it is. Main character's probably
Kylo
just gonna
Ren.
be like a better version of Captain Marvel's character. Like,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, that's one of the things that's actually interesting on the list. If I had to pick through this list and say stuff I really want to see, I would say Ahsoka. Hold on, Ahsoka, the Rogue Squadron, and the Obi-Wan. Out of all this stuff, rest of this stuff look like some old fans. Because Andor, what really like, and I don't know nothing about the Rangers. Don't know what Visions is. Don't know what the Acolyte is.
yeah.
So and the droids, no, thank you droids. No, thank you Endor. No, thank you to the Bad Batch. I mean, they looks cool, but I already got 7
Yeah.
episodes of Clone Wars. I don't need to see another episode. I mean, another 7
Yeah.
seasons. I don't need to see another season of Clone Wars.
The only thing I'm 100% down for sight unseen is Ahsoka. Obi-Wan I'm sure will be fine. Bad Batch I'm sure will be fine. But I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to go back and do some reading, figure out.
Yeah, some of those, right?
like
I don't
the
even know.
Acolyte and the Rangers and
Yeah,
everything.
and Visions. So, yeah, that's our Star Wars slate. I got a little news though on Star Wars. Yeah, so your boy, they said I don't know what series he gonna be in. He gonna be in Hayden Christensen. That's what I wanted to bring to you. Hayden Christensen is coming back for sure. Calm down. I was the same way. I had the same look on my face. Actually, I'm still not cool with it, but he's going to be Darth Vader. He's going to be in the Vader suit. So what they're doing is they're going to have Vader in I guess he gonna be in Ahsoka because he's got to be in the Empire. You know, when they show the Empire, because when they do that time frame between after episode 3 and episode 4, he's going to be in the Obi-Wan series, I believe. They're going to continue their rivalry. I think that's the whole deal.
They're going to put him in the suit, though.
Yeah.
Him.
But see, because they're going to feel like this is continuation of their rivalry, and you might as well get the same actor who started. But, and this
Okay.
is also the thing. I hope they use James Earl Jones' voice, but guess what? They got enough tech to pitch his voice that they don't need to use James Earl Jones. But I think it'd be kind of disrespectful I ain't gonna say disrespectful because he is getting old and he might not even want to do it. But for as I know, he wants to do it. But they can digitally or use technology to make his voice sound.
I know
like Vader.
on his last movie, he pushed Hayden Christensen pushed to have his voice.
Oh, you talking about episode 3? That was his voice. Said no.
Yeah, he pushed
Thank
for that.
God, because that was the worst line of Vader ever said.
Right.
Thank God it wasn't James Earl Jones. I didn't want to be mad at my boy.
Well, one, don't even call James Earl Jones for that nonsense. But
right. I know they probably said we just want you to say no. Then I'm busy. Get somebody else.
But like my thing is, look, no offense to Hayden Christensen, but Anakin is not his best character.
Well, I got offense to Hayden Christensen. Anakin is not his best character. He was god awful in that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see his face no more after that. And he did a couple movies after that. He didn't do bad. Jumper was cool. He was in I forgot some heist movie. I think he was Takers. Yeah. And he was okay in there, I guess. I mean,
he was there.
It was an ensemble movie, but right. I don't like that guy.
Because I hate to say it, but he's kind of the worst thing to ever happen to Anakin Skywalker.
Man, dude, I waited years to see Anakin, a young Darth Vader, and I got this guy.
Well, look, also,
and I was like, I'm cool.
Also, it's not like they don't know how to write Anakin because they wrote him just fine.
I don't know about that either.
Okay.
We'll talk about that, but go ahead and finish what you're saying.
I was going to say, Clone Wars, they wrote him all right.
Oh, no. But go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, the dialogue was so bad. But go ahead.
All right. You watch more than I did, so.
Oh, whew, yes.
Yeah. But, it's just, I
hate sand. Go ahead. No, you finish your point, man.
Okay. But all I'm saying here is, like, I don't need Hayden Christensen in Star Wars anymore. Like, his time has passed.
So this is the thing. They were saying, we're going to bring back, what's his name? Obi-Wan actor. Ewan McGregor. We're going to bring back Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader in the suit. The good thing is he's not going to be talking. But the bad thing is I don't know how his body language is going to look.
That's my biggest problem here is.
Which I'm like, damn, we're going to be so mad that we ain't going to even let him use his body language. We already know he can't talk. But
I mean, he's a plank. He's a plank of wood. But nah, bro. I don't.
You not cool with this?
Nah.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. I was like not on board for it. And then I started realizing maybe it can work if you use James Earl Jones' voice and direct him well. But my problem is also the guy in the original suit was a bodybuilder.
See, that's the other thing.
So he's 6'4". And, matter of fact, he just passed away a couple weeks ago.
I saw that.
Rest in peace, David Prowse. But he was a 6'4" bodybuilder. And as you notice, when he did his kneel down, his thighs was like freaking ridiculously big.
Yeah.
And Hayden Christensen is a skinny guy.
Yeah.
And you saw that in episode 3 when he was chained to when they showed him, the little scene because he was in a suit in episode 3 at the end, and he was so skinny.
Yeah.
It's like you went from somebody who filled out the suit to somebody where the suit is loose on.
Yeah. Because look.
You think we stupid?
Because look.
He got mechanical limbs. They're not going to grow. He can't work out and get bigger.
Right. They were prototypes.
Okay, we'll give him that.
Yeah. But, like, it's just Vader is so imposing, and Hayden Christensen is so...
He's a tall guy, though. I'll give him that.
He's tall, but, like, he's slight.
Yeah, I know he's skinny. that's the thing. Maybe he might work out for this. You know, I don't know if he's real tall, but I know he's over 6 foot, I believe.
Dude.
And that's, you know, the guy who played Vader was 6'4", and the thing is, I think he might be like 6'2" or something.
I can forgive a couple of inches. We can put some
That's what I'm
lifts on
saying.
the boy if we need to.
Right.
That ain't a problem. But he better get big as fuck.
Right. I mean, you know what? You can put padding in the suit because it's a suit. I mean, like he got to
but
wear a shirtless
But
scene.
he has to be able to move though. Like,
He gonna have he probably gonna have some scenes in the tank in the little back to tank.
Yeah.
You know, because he gonna be, you know, some scenes he gonna be there, and then he gonna probably have some scenes without the suit on, which is like heavy makeup. Saying him sure. So he gonna get able to do some real acting.
Yeah.
And for as we know, he sucked. So hopefully he, you know, and maybe he got a little better, but well, maybe in this he can tone it down, and maybe he can make up for his bad performance in episode 2 and 3.
maybe that's why he's so big on this. Is he feels like he could have done a better job.
I think that's and all the years of people saying how bad he is, he probably see that, and it's like I need to make up for that. I want to make up for this so bad.
Like my brain will not give him any breaks. Like the second you said that, it's like, yeah, man. All those years he's been hearing people saying, and all he could say was, "I hate them."
So, hey, Hayden, what do you think about all the Star Wars fans? I hate you.
They underestimate my power.
Look, Hayden, it's cool, man. They not gonna. What about the boys and girls? I hate all the women and the children too. Dang, okay, Hayden, man, you ain't gotta be like that. I wish I had those sound bites. That worked. But anyway, that's our Star Wars slate. We're gonna wrap it up, man. That's all our Disney Plus. Sorry, but that was the Disney announcement for all their investors, basically telling you all the stuff they got. Got some good stuff moving forward, man. I really can't wait. It's going to be a busy year. 2021 going to be a busy year for us.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get some subs. And y'all want to see our reviews. Y'all want to hear us discuss those. Subscribe to the channel.
Is the best way to find out when we put something up or when we go live. If you like what we're doing at all, I implore you, I urge you, I all but demand you hit that subscribe button.
And we almost at 500, so please help us get to 500 and go ahead and sub to the channel. So we are going to be out of here. Thanks for checking us out. And be on the lookout for reviews for all that stuff.
Absolutely. By the way, don't forget to drop us a thumbs up if you like the video. And comment down below, what are you looking for? What did we miss on any of this stuff that you feel like we need to know? Drop it down below.
Yes, well said. All right, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.